a notch or 3. So, and just a reminder to keep yourself muted. But if you need to ask questions in between sets, that's fine. And you can always use chat. So we're going to get started. Some of the, oh yeah, and those of you that are new, my phone is being used as an interval timer. It's pretty loud. You should be able to hear the beeping. In fact, I know you will because I've rewatched the videos. It's obnoxiously loud. Some of the warm-ups we're doing are going to mimic exercises later, so there's some familiarity to it. We're going to get started. Here it's going to beep because it's giving us time to get ready. And now we start. So we're going to start with just marching. Those of you that already feel like you've got a lot of juice, you can already go into high knees if you want to. But I'm just going to march today just to get the joints moving slowly. Plus I have a knee thing. My good knee is acting up today, so I might have to do a lot of modifications. If you wanted to do this running, you can. Otherwise, I'm just checking in. The next one is just arm swings. We're going to go side to side. You let your whole body move and just let your arms kind of turn into spaghetti. You're just going to swing your arms. And if you want to add the hip movements to it, if I'm pivoting, you can keep your arms low. And some of you know I'm also a yoga instructor, so I like to instruct breath in different ways. So you're welcome to utilize some of those instructions as we get going. Good. Next one, we're just jumping in place, meaning we can do little jumps, little baby jumps, or we can do big jumps. So ready, set, and go. And then using your arms is a good way to warm up your arms. And if you want, you can do little jumps, like you're jumping rope. That's kind of what I was thinking of when I put these in the warm-up. And of course, anytime you need to pause and stop, you can do that. We're going to do lunges next, meaning we'll start with the left leg in front, and we're going to do pulses. So your feet can be wide, or they can be very long. It's up to you. Some people will be inspired to go towards the ground, almost touching, but just be careful because your knees are all going to want different things. You can tell my legs are going to get tired real fast already. And then we're just going to switch. So the right leg will be in front next. So if you need to shake something out, do it now. And remember, your exercises don't have to look like mine. I'm assuming we all have varying fitness levels, and we definitely all have different bodies. So some things you're going to be able to do better, quote unquote, than me, and vice versa. So you're just working with the body you brought with you to this class today. Try to breathe through your nose if you're clear. So we're going to do arm circles here. Arms out. We're going to go forward and backward. Forward first. After 15 seconds, I'll have you guys go backwards. So here we are, circling the arms. If you want to, you can add in some calf raises while you're here. And the other way, backwards. Kind of dropped the ball on that one. We went to 13 seconds instead of 15. Backwards. Good. We're going to do jumps or turns. So you're going to jump and do a half turn. If jumping isn't your thing, do your calf raises. Jump half turn, jump half turn. And go both directions. You can do calf raises and turn, calf raises and turn. So those of you that aren't jumping, half turn, half turn, half turn. Almost done. Do front kicks. It's going to be kind of kickboxing-y. So I would recommend right leg back, knee up and kick like that. So right leg back, knee up and kick. So you're kicking the right leg. You can go gentle. Obviously, as we get going, we're going to do more of these later, and they're going to be more aggressive if you choose. And you can practice exhaling on the kick if you want. Other side. So the left leg will start back. That's the knee that's going to drive up. Try to breathe in through your nose as much as you can. I know when you're doing cardio, it can be hard, or if you got allergies or anything. But that's how your muscles are going to get the most oxygen, and how your airways and your blood vessels are going to dilate so more blood can go through. That's what you want. Okay, dokie, we got one more. You got to get on the floor for this one. I'm going to do Superman. You're going to up and down. So down and up. Your arms can be anywhere. And up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Rest when you need to. Try to use your glutes to lift your legs rather than just using your spine to arch a lot. That's the warm-up. Look at you guys, you're already a third of the way through. Yay. Okay. So I'm going to adjust the sets here. These are going to be 45 and 15. You just did 30 and 10 for reference. The heater goes off now because it doesn't need to be going right now. You guys get 2 minutes. For a break, I will describe some things while you're here. So the first exercise is high knees. You can go back to marching if you want to, otherwise it will be pretty fast. The second and third exercises are the same, just on different legs. So it'll be like this, except it'll be more of a faster. Okay. Those of you that feel up to it, you can hop while you do it. There'll be another version of that later offered where you can step up on something. If that's something you want to do right in the beginning, you can. Just remember it's going to be repeated. And then after that, it's really going to be a lot of what we already did. So a lot of stuff is repeating. You're just building on top of it if you want to. You still have another minute, a little less than a minute. Yeah, these ones are pretty straightforward. I wanted to make sure it wasn't confusing and I didn't have to do a lot of explaining. So if you need a drink of water, go ahead. Yep, I brought all the water today. All the water. Okay, we're about to get started. Yep, here we go. So again, these are 45 and 15 and there's 12 sets. There's no shame in like even skipping an entire exercise, okay? So if we get into the next exercise and you just can't do it, you're still out of breath, remember the idea is you want to be able to, in that 15-second rest, settle your breath down at least a little bit. We're trying to have the body work hard and rest. And if you need to rest because you're breathing too hard, that's something you need to make the executive decision on. High knees, here we go. Ready, and again, you can just march in place. You can go fast if you want. Usually the last 5 to 10 seconds. I might encourage you to go faster or to really just kind of do like a little burnout the last few seconds here. So we'll see. We're breathing. Go faster if you want. Remember, I'm not the cardio queen, so you guys could easily surpass me. All right, so we're coming up on the last 10 seconds. If you want to go a little faster, you can. Remember, after this was those lunges to that knee kick. So starting with the right leg back, you could do this, okay? You can add hops. You can step on the chair with your left foot. I'm saving that for later. Okay, so it's the right knee. You can hop if you want, like every 2 or 3. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 kicks and 1 hop. Okay, well, we're more than halfway done. Okay, so at the last bits here, if you want to do all hops, oh, you can do that. Oh, geez. Okay, other side. Left leg behind you. Okay, ready. And go. So I'm doing the same thing. 2 just plain old kicks. And then the third one becomes a hop. You're welcome to just do this. No hopping. Slow if you want. Ten seconds. Right here. Whew, I'm losing my balance. Okay. So keep going. Work long jumps. So you're just jumping long. If you can't jump long, do lunges. Okay? If you can't jump long, walking lunges. Ready. Trying not to stomp because you want to land a little bit on the balls of your feet first. And you don't have to go for the longest jumps you ever did in your life, or even the longest lunges. 10 seconds. I'm more like 12, but not 10. Almost there. Next one's going to be down on the floor. You're going to do Superman swims. Here we go. So your arms can be bent or stretched, and you're going to kick your legs. Let your arms move if they want to, but mostly just your legs through your glutes. And then see if you can get like opposites to go, like right arm, left leg going at the same time, and then right leg, left arm. It can be a little confusing, but your brain wants to work out too. Kick really fast if you want to get more of that cardio, and maybe your arms go down by your side. I don't know how much time is left. Oh, yay. So we're doing a repeat here. Oh, no, not a repeat. We're doing high knees to a kick. So same idea with the lunge, and we're just maybe going a little faster. Right leg back. Okay. So you can do just a little bitty kicks, or you can go And of course, the lower your lunge, the more you're working the quads. So it turns more into strength, or you could go fast if you're more interested in working the cardiovascular system. Have fun with it. Got 3. Keep going. Yeah, other side. Other side. Oh, fun. So much fun. You can do these on the chair, by the way. Just like we did before. I'll show you. Like this. All right. So you can do that. Otherwise, we're kicking left leg back and then kick it forward. Try and breathe right into those little nostrils of yours. Take a break if you need to. It's 5 seconds. So the next thing we have are those long jumps or repeating lunges. Okay. Lunge, or you can do your long jumps, then work on backward hopping. Long jump, backward hopping, long jump, hops like a bunny. I need a little bit of a break because I have to talk when I do this. It's kind of a pain. Keep going though. You guys are going if you can. 20. 10 seconds. We have Superman swims. Going back down here again. We're swimming on our belly. Watch it. Okay. You can let the arms paddle back or forward. You can go super fast or super slow. You can also do what we did in the warm-up, which is up and down. All right, you guys keep going because I gotta see what's next. Can't even remember. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, good. Almost there. So this one is high knee to side kicks. I'll show you from the front. My right leg is back and I'm going out to the side. It's okay if your leg goes down here. The whole point is to just use your side glutes. You can make all your little sound effects. Maybe a little Street Fighter work. You can go step forward and then kick. Step forward, back. Step forward, back. Or you can just go from the back up to the side. Hope that you don't accidentally kick something over or a person. We're almost there on the cardio. Yeah. We've got that on the left side. And then one more thing. I'm gonna move over here so I don't kick anything. The left leg is back. Right? And step forward and kick, or just knee forward and kick. So if you feel like you're losing balance and you want to hold on to something, on your right side, always an option. Whew. I'm gonna try to keep your foot flexed and press your heel out like you were actually gonna kick something. You wouldn't kick with your toes first. Oh, 7 seconds. Losing my balance here. Fun though. All right, episode. One more exercise. That's your choice. What do you want to do? I'm going anti-cardio. You guys can pick any exercise of your choice. If you're going with me, just going to do some bridge and lift. I'm going to try to get my breath back to something that's a little bit steadier. So whatever you're doing, remember that we're not looking to feel pain. Like fatigue, muscle fatigue is one thing, but we're not supposed to be working through anything super painful or even moderately painful. Fantastic. All right, you have 2 minutes before our strength portion. Hui. Hui, hui, hui. And just remember that there's an optional little stretch at the end if you can stay. 10 sets. We're doing 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So while you're doing your thing, I'm going to show you the first 4 exercises that we're doing. They're essentially 2 different exercises on 2 sides of your body. So the first one, if you've ever done Pilates, you've seen this. They're called clamshells. And you just keep your knees tucked, your feet stay glued together, and you just lift open here and feel it in your glutes. I am going to add a band to this. So this is one way one could apply resistance training. Okay, the second exercise is the same on side 2. Super easy. And then the third and fourth exercise are side planks on your forearms. So you can be like this, for the band is just there because I'm gonna take it off. You can go up and down like this and go at your own pace. Some people might want to go all the way up with the knees off the floor. And then other people might just hold for some reason, right? So those are the first 4 exercises and on each side. So we're gonna start in 30 seconds. So grab your nearest hydration tool. And with only 10 seconds of break in between, it does sort of start to feel like a little bit of a cardio workout. All right, we're gonna get started. So on your mark, this will tell you when to go in 5 seconds. And 3. Okay, so you're just keeping your feet together and letting the knees come apart. So it's coming out to like a butterfly shape. These are traditionally called clamshells, but I think of a little bit of a butterfly flapping its wings. And I tend to exhale on the effort and inhale on coming down. So even if you're not using a band, the more you press your feet into each other instead of just resting them on top of each other, the more you'll get out of the exercise as a whole. And if for some reason you did find a band, try to come down slowly. Seconds to switch. At least we're resting on our arms. So side 2, squeezing the insides of your feet together as much as you can. And you want to be utilizing your glutes like on the side of your hip instead of using your thigh muscles. So do what you can to access those muscles. A lot of people don't have good control of some of these muscles around your hip, which is one reason why back pain is such a thing. So you might be working on that, in which case you just do the best you can. We're breathing. We only have 10 seconds from here. And then remember, we're doing those forearm planky things, planky plank things. If your elbow hurts, please grab some padding. Like I might actually need to use that yoga mat, but I'm gonna turn around, take this off. Here we go, we're on our forearms. And I recommend that your forearms, like the elbow, is not directly under the shoulder, but actually slightly in front. And then remember that your elbow is not the only point on the floor. You have your entire arm, your hand. So what I do is I kind of make a karate chop hand where the thumb's pointing up, and I try to use the outer edge of my hand because otherwise my elbow is going to hurt like a lot. So you can keep your knees down. And then what I usually do is exhale as I come up, because that's the hard part. Inhale. And when you come down, don't just plop down, because that's part of the strength too. Coming down slow. We're almost done, and then we turn around to the other side. Side, duh. So again, patting the elbow if you can. If the karate chop elbow helps. If you noticed, I started off easy, and then I assessed whether or not I wanted to make it harder, which might be a good rule of thumb for you guys. Exhaling up, inhaling down. And now at the 30-second point, I make the assessment that I am going to try for this longer shape. My rug's a little slippery. This isn't working that great. But remember, you don't want to feel a lot of pain in your shoulder. If for some reason you're doing that, you are feeling pain in your shoulder, you should probably let me know, because I can give you like 3 workarounds. Okay. Oh, next one. We're doing push-up. We're doing push-up position, shoulder taps. So it's going 1, 2, 3, and an optional push-up. 1, 2, 3, and an optional push-up. If you want to be in down dog instead, 1, 2, 3, and then a big wide arm down dog push-up. 1, 2, 3. Start with a different hand each time, otherwise you're going to be doing like 2/3 of these on one side and only 1/3 on the other. I do these in handstand because I'm weird. Not just with my hands. So keep doing your thing. All right. We're going to do side arch ups. Side arch ups are similar to some of the other stuff we've done. You use on your right side and come down and up. Your left hand is going to be a point of leverage. And I'm just resting my head in my arms and trying to feel the squeeze in the side waist, not in the low back. So maybe you have a little bit of a round shape in the front. So you're not using your low spine for this. This is abs and like intercostal muscles. Exhale when you come up, inhale when you come down. Exhale, inhale. This is your last 10 seconds. You can hold if you want to and just pulse your legs, or you can continue with the up and down. And then other side. Here we go. Right hand down. Rest your head in your left arm. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. You want to feel it in the side, front, and belly if you can. Go at your own pace. I suppose you could go fast, but going slow does create some more strength. And remember, you want tone muscles in your body because your metabolism will have to work harder to maintain those. So we're going to do the last 10 seconds here. You're welcome to keep going or do a hold and some pulses while you're already up. All right. The next one is tricep push-ups. So you're welcome to do this. I'm going to take my hand up here. Flat on the floor. These don't have to be super deep, just enough. Because you got 50 seconds that you're doing this. So you can have your legs bent. Hands on the floor is totally fine. Usually your butt will get in the way. That's okay. 23 seconds. Breathing, taking breaks when you need to. The last two exercises here are repeats. Things we've already done. Familiar stuff. Feel free to modify as you go. As you get more tired, you're going to need to do different things to keep going. And, all right, so we're at forearm plank territory. Let's do the left side first. You're welcome to just hold up, okay? At this point, you're probably a bit tired. Your form will get a bit sloppy, so it's better to do something well a few times than do something poorly a bunch of times and potentially wake up in pain, like not muscle pain. That's to be expected. You want to stretch the legs out. It's available. Oh, I don't think I actually want to do that. I might hold it up. You're breathing. You have to be breathing. In the last 10 seconds here, do what you like. If you think you need to take it down a notch or you have some extra energy, do what you can. Oh. Side two, it's your last thing. It's your last one. Hey. Here we go. Up and down, or maybe up and hold. Maybe you're down more than you're up. That's cool. If it's just fatigue that you're working with and feelings of weakness, it's not such a bad idea to try to carry on in some way. But if something actually hurts inside the body, like inside your joints, I would say no to that. Rest it. We have 10 seconds. So do what you need to do to be able to manage a strength move for 10 seconds. Now 5 seconds. Oh, yay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We made it, I think. I hope so. I can't see you guys, but you know. Okay, so if you want to stay for stretching, you can. Because that's what we're going to do next. So first thing I would recommend is come to your back, cross your right foot over your left knee in this pigeon or figure 4 shape. And then we're going to pull the knees into the chest and grab behind the left thigh. If you can't grab behind the left thigh, just grab what you can. And then just you can interlace the fingers and let the arms relax. What you don't want to be doing is lifting up your head, neck, and shoulders. You don't want to induce tension in that area. We already put enough. You can pull the leg closer to you if that works. And then your right elbow can work as a little crank. Be careful though, because the knees get caught up here. But the right elbow can work as a crank, literally, to push the right thigh away from you. That might not feel good to you, so you determine that. And then After this move, this is called a thread the needle, by the way. After this move, we'll take the left foot back down and let the legs fall over to the left, keeping in mind that you may need to pull up a source of support underneath your left leg, like I would put a pillow there if I needed it or something, right? And then in this position, you can see I'm holding on to my right ankle to keep my knee up. That might hurt your knee and or hip, so let your knee come down and see if that fixes the issue. We're all gonna meet down there soon anyway, so eventually the move morphs into more of a spinal twist this way. And if this is torquing the low spine too much, just pull your knees together like in those clamshells that we did, right? Stretch your arms out in any direction, let your head relax on the floor, and feel free to turn your gaze to the right and the left and see, I'm gonna roll my head on the floor and determine what feels best. And then you're breathing, trying to find an exhale that is complete, so you're not rushing the breath back in the body. You're allowing all of the air you don't need to exit completely. And then we'll come up to the center, and then we'll take the legs back to a neutral shape. You're welcome to shake them around before we do side 2, and then the left leg, the left foot ankle goes across to the lower right thigh, making your 4 or pigeon. Ooh, this one's pretty tight. And then taking the right thigh towards the chest, if you can grab, interlace fingers maybe behind the right thigh, that might work for you. And then again, I'm not going to do that so much on this side, but the left elbow could sort of nudge the left inner thigh away from you. Just be aware that if you're fighting against your stretching, you're not really creating mobility, you're just creating more like tightness, right? So chill out. You want to find a place that's like 2 or 3 points below your pain threshold. And then when you're ready, you can take the right foot down, go for your spinal twist, okay? Grab the right ankle with the left ankle with the right hand. If your knee can't stay up, let it come down. Otherwise, we'll meet up with you if you're going with the knee down, and a few breaths here. And just notice if you're really overarching the low spine to compensate for some lack of flexibility in your hip. If you're doing that, pull the knee down, okay? And 2 more breaths here, and then our knees will all come down, tucking the knees together if you're getting too much sensation, keeping them crossed if you're feeling pretty comfy. And stretch your left arm out, roll the head around, stick your tongue out, and then make sure you can breathe. Hopefully at this point your breath isn't very audible anymore. Like if somebody was 6 feet away from you, they wouldn't be able to hear you breathe. And we'll come to center. Yay. Okay. We're going to do another thread the needle before we close. This one's going to be in a tabletop position. So this version of thread the needle is hands and knees, and your left arm is going to go under, perpendicular to your spine. Some people's arms have to be way down here, depending on your shoulder mobility, so just do what you can. And then the right hand, what ideally the right hand can do is it pushes into the floor, so you get a little bit more spiral in the upper back. So this helps open up that place so we don't get that little kyphotic curve, a little hump in the back, right? If your head can't relax on the floor, I suggest putting something underneath it so your neck isn't doing overly tensing up. We don't want that. And if you want to, you could take the right hand up and around. Kind of depends on how stable you feel. without your hand down. And then when you're ready, we'll come up real slow, really slow. Shake it out, and then it's the right arm's turn. So sneaking the right arm underneath, keeping in mind that you might have two shoulders that do very different things, and not to force the shoulder that's less mobile to do too much. Just work with it where it is and be patient with it. It's doing the best it can for you. So breathe and work with where you are. If you push your left hand into the floor, you might get a little extra twist in the upper spine. Okay. And then breathe into that area. So remember, your breath is primarily in the back of your ribs. So breathe into your shoulder blades. And you could stay here a little longer. The right side tends to be the tighter side. But then we will come out, and then we'll go into puppy pose. Oh, yay. You can do child's pose too if you want. This one's a little bit more targeted for the front of the chest and underarm area. You can press your arms into the floor a little bit so you're not just hanging out in your shoulder joint. And then you can turn the head around. You can wag your tail. Wag your tail because you're a happy puppy dog. Your body got to move and do different things. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm eating way more ice cream. So this is probably necessary. Oh, all right, there you go. Of course, you can keep doing stuff if you want to, but thanks, guys. This is going to go on all the way to the end of April. Who knows, maybe more. I don't know. So if you have any, if you come back for more, which many of you have, and I hope you do, I like taking requests. Like today we did a little extra cardio and a little bit more intense cardio. You know, if you guys want to strengthen a particular part of your body, or you want to do anything at all, I do take requests. I do take donations too, because I'm not working very much right now, but primarily, you know, this is about me helping you guys move and maybe feel like you're connecting with other humans, because that's kind of important right now. I mean, dogs are cool too, but.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please come again. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.